Good morning. We'll get started in about 5 minutes.
Cool.
Good morning. We'll get started in about 4 minutes from now. It's around 6:05. All right. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Home Day. All right. Well, halfway through the week so far, so I hope everybody's doing well. Um, we'll get started. Hold on a second. That portion of it, so I can have that. Where is my chat? There we go. Chat is up. All right. I think I'm all squared up, ready to go. So we're going to be talking about creating your menu and location, and physical of the, you're basically, you have the philosophy of the target market, uh, our target demographics. And that was something we were talking about yesterday, and probably before yesterday as well. But talking about who your demographics going to be, or who your target market, who the people you are going to be serving, so are coming to your restaurant. So all right, target market, and so we're going to be talking about who our target market is going to be. All right, demographics between the target market for your small business. Identify um, who your target market, who who are you looking for your business? Are you looking for like let's see, someone that makes over $100,000? Are you looking for someone that makes, about 50,000? Or what kind of age range are you looking for? What's your niche? What is your kind of a thing? So you need to start kind of figuring that out. So must have enough customers to be able to buy the product or service offered. And that means basically, if anybody's ever had, I don't know, let's say um, some just really expensive meat, or a thing called frog raw. Frog raw is like a duck liver, enlarged duck liver, duck or goose liver, but that's very pricey. Caviar is very pricey, depending on the caviar. But is your target market someone that can buy expensive caviar, that can buy really expensive, I don't know, just beef or meat or wagyu or whatever you want to call it. But is your market, is the people that you're targeting, do they have enough money to buy this product, right? And that's the issue, is sometimes people have a restaurant, but they price it so high where, not that many people can eat at that restaurant. Kind of, it's like a every once in a while restaurant, not just a everyday kind of a restaurant. So you've got to kind of think about that and decide what's best for you when you're doing it. Oh, let's see. Take time to basically, investigate, what your customer base is going to be. Take your time. Try to figure out who your customer is, because you've got to know who your customer is to sell them the right stuff. Does that make sense? You can't sometimes just like, if you say you'll build it, they will come. No, not really. You need to make sure you research who lives around that area or who's going to be going to your restaurant because you need to market to them. You need to market to whoever you're wanting to come to your restaurant. And again, is it you know what what what's their background? What are they looking for? What are you looking for them to come in? So and usually it's money. And I look at you can go to a city, to Travis County tax assessor's office, and it is public record of like what is the average cost, or how much is the average people are the what is the average take-home pay for like the Southwest Austin area, and they'll give you kind of an average of what people make in that area, so where you can decide, is this a place where I can flourish, that people have enough money and then they want to go and they want to eat at this restaurant or whatever else. So just trying to figure out who your target market is, who is buying your food, so where who's buying your food, you want to tailor that restaurant to all your customers, right? So trying to create a good business plan and a business model, when figuring out who is the target market. Let's see. You just want to tailor the business to whoever you're serving. So, why is basically defining target customers is why is that so important? Okay, well, this is kind of in the reason is all the things that we kind of talked about, tailoring the design of the menu, tailoring the the food, tailoring the verbiage on the menu itself. For example, if I was going to do a very authentic internal Mexican food place, maybe I need to think about maybe putting or having a Spanish written menu written down. And so where I can hand that out as well. Or, if my customer base is more Hispanic speaking, or Spanish speaking individuals, so where then that would mean I would need to have a menu in Spanish. So knowing who your target market is, very important. So those are the things, marketing, how you're going to market, those are the things that why we look at who you're selling to. How to find and sell to the target market. Okay, who are your customers? That's a question. Who are your customers? Just think about who your customers are going to be or who you want. Who will buy your product? Okay, all right, so who's your customers? Who's going to buy your product? Sometimes even savvy small business people either have no idea who will buy from them, or excuse me, or they assume that everyone will, that everybody will come to your place or whatever else. That's kind of a falsehood. Because not everybody's going to come to your restaurant. So you need to decide for yourself and do the legwork to figure out who is coming to your restaurant. Hey guys, one question. Does it show that I'm recording? Does it say recording? It does. 'Cause yesterday, it did not record, and I don't know why. So I wanted to make sure. Cool. Thank you. So yesterday, there is not going to be a video for y'all to watch, unfortunately. Um, so just kind of know that all the other days there's videos, but not yesterday for some reason. Okay. How to find all right. So you need to ask a few questions. Who's your customer and who's going to buy your product? Let's see. These are just examples of what we are talking about. You need to develop your target market plan so you know who your ideal client is going to be. And if your ideal client, let's say your ideal customer is going to be someone that gets on like social media a lot, whatever else, maybe you would target all your marketing on social media and not do commercials or not do radio ads. You know, honestly, I don't listen to radio, like actual real radio, that much, other than if my daughters are in the car. I don't, you know, I listen to, you know, Pandora or Amazon Music or you know, something like that. So if you were trying to target me on a radio ad, it's not going to work because I don't really listen to the radio that much. So just knowing who your target market is and how your target market gets their information. You know, I read a lot of news, you know, feeds, or I look at, you know, Apple News or whatever else, you know, I mean, I don't like getting a bunch of spam. So, you know, emailing me a bunch of information really is going to turn me off to that restaurant. Like if I get bombarded by spam every day from this one place, it frustrates me so much. I delete them, you know, and it's just, or I block them or whatever else. But figuring out who your target market is and how to market to you, that's what you're trying to do. And that is by figuring out, you know, anything and everything that has to do with the individuals that you're going to be feeding. Uh, Research your target market by, you know, I mean, again, we're beating that dead horse a little bit more because we're just saying, get to know who your target market is, know who your target market is. It's like everything, we're repeating it, but and it's know who your target market is. You know, you, I mean, what is Insomnia's cookies? I mean, just don't even look at, you can look at the delivery, all of that, but who are they looking for? Who is their target market? People that that are hungry between 10, you know, 10 a.m. and 3, that wants cookies, that wants warm cookies because they're usually served warm, brought in warm. So, you know, you know, what is the clientele that wants cookies all the time, you know, until 3 a.m.? How would you target market them? How would you get them to know who you are? And that is just trying to figure out how your customers think and how they process and figure out where they want to go. And that's your kind of um, puzzle that you have to figure out yourself as a restaurant owner, is figuring out who your clientele is going to be. And when we say target market or whatever else, that's your clientele. Whoever's coming in your restaurant, how are they finding out information about you? Maybe you're with a franchise, and the franchise fees are part of the advertisement costs. So sometimes the franchise will market for you, like McDonald's. You don't need to uh, market, or McDonald's maybe a big marketing program, but not the individual McDonald's don't make their own ads or whatever else. So it's a company wide, and sometimes companies will figure this out for you. Like most franchises will already come to you when that's part of your fee that you pay, is they do a lot of that research for you. They have the cost of what everybody makes in that area, how many stoplights are in that area, what is the traffic flow, what are some best places for visibility. They will go and look, but that's stuff that you need to look for if you're just opening up your Cliff restaurant or your own restaurant. You need to figure that out. Look at the traffic flow. Why would I look at traffic flow? Does anybody know why? Because I want more. I want to be able to people to see my restaurant or see my advertisement uh, right off the road or whatever else. I want people to know where it's at. So just look how many people drive past that building every day, to try to capture as many people that I want in my for my business. So those are the things that they do that maybe you won't see if you're or they'll show you if you're a franchise. But if you're just a regular, mom and pop kind of organization, you're going to have to do all that legwork, and that's very important. Target market, uh, you know, geographic, city, state, where it's at, and then geographic. Demographic would be age, sex, income, occupation, education, household size. Like household size are, if I have a very good kid friendly um, like dining place, I don't know if I would go downtown Austin, Texas, because downtown Austin, Texas, you're not going to have as many kids living downtown Austin, Texas. So you might want that on the outer sides of Austin, right? The burbs, the suburbs, or the kind of way south or way north or whatever else. But but this is what you're looking for, and this is what some companies will do. And there is a company out there, there are multiple companies out there that this is what they do. They look at, you hire them, they'll figure out who your target market is, or find out all the information for you. And then, so geographic, demographic. So geographic would be what city, what state, um, what county, or if you're in Louisiana, what parish, address, region, all of that. You've got gender. For demographic would be gender, age, income, occupation, education, household size, and then similar to the, all right. So the lifestyle, what's the lifestyle of your in values and uh, life's just all of the lifestyles or values of who the target market is. And then brand loyalty. Are they very brand loyal? Are they okay with getting the HEB brand or whatever else, or do they want the top name brand type of deal? So behavior, what is their behavior like? Are they okay with just generic, or do they need that name brand type of stuff? That's what you're looking for when you're looking at target market categories. Geographic, again, I've kind of already talked about it. Um, let's see, you can divide your market into geographic areas such as neighborhoods, cities, whatever else. We just kind of went over that. Are you okay with moving on? Um, demographics. So you got right here, you got age, gender, family size, family life cycle, how, what's the life cycle of the, kids, parenting, where are they in their life cycle type of deal. Income, occupation, education, uh, race, religion, nationality, any of those things. That also helps you decide who your clientele is going to be, and you try to because no one cares what you like anymore, because you're the boss, you're the person running it, and no one is, you're not building this restaurant for you, you're building it for them. Okay, so you always need to look and need to remember who you're doing this for, because you're not doing it, I mean, you're doing it for yourself on the money and the fame or the fun, but you're making this restaurant for these people to come in to pay for your food, right? So, and it sounds like we're uh, kind of being very, looking at, the race, looking at religion, looking at occupation. We're really kind of breaking it all down, but that truly helps figure out how to market to those individuals, because marketing, you know, is very difficult, especially now, because not many people really listen to the radio that much, because there's a lot more streaming that's happening. Um, you know, uh, commercials, you can pay to not have commercials anymore, right? Like on Hulu or certain things like that, you can pay to not get commercials. And so their marketing has turned into, a different beast on itself. So trying to figure out how to market to certain individuals, I mean, now TikTok is a big marketing ploy. I mean, just think about, right now, think about who was the person that started the Popeyes versus the Chick-fil-A sandwich. Do you remember that? How crazy it was, how many people sold out, or they were selling out of, Popeyes, their chicken sandwiches and all of that. And it was a great ploy. you know, do you know who created that? Popeyes did. Popeyes got someone to, get on social media and start this social media blast and, who's better and all of that. And it was just a marketing ploy. It was a marketing way to market, to get people to go and buy Popeye's chicken. I mean, it worked, right? It worked. Everybody went out, wanted it. It was great. A lot of free publicity for them. People fighting over chicken sandwiches and all of that. How amazing is that on national news? This chain, Popeye's Fried Chicken and Chick-fil-A, they're all getting free publicity. Everybody's like boasting over who's better, who's better. Well, dude, I mean, how awesome is that? If you owned one of those businesses, I mean, Chick-fil-A, you can't really own. You own like, I think mostly like it's like 25% you own, but the rest, I think the Chick-fil-A company owns of that business. So you're only a kind of a half partner, with Chick-fil-A, but that's amazing. I mean, they marketed themselves amazing on that because they got so much month after month. And then they came out and, did it again. So it was just 100% free advertisement. And that's the free advertisement, best advertisement. Let's see. What is the target market customer demographic? So how old are they? What is the gender? Are they married? Are they not married? Do they have any kids? If so, how old? Um, where do they live? What is their income and net worth? You can find out this on everybody. I mean, just on the average of what is the net worth or average for a certain area of town. Let's see, how do they spend their money? Yeah, what is it? You need to know all of these things to figure out who you're going to be serving. Here you go. City-data.com. You can look up, all this information right there. So, it's very, very easily found nowadays. Uh, what's their physical, stimulus? What kind of stimulates them or excites them? Is it personal? Is it lifestyle? Is it culture? Is it a social class? Is what is it? So where you can make the best choices for your restaurant. These are also, again, things to look at. Let's see. All right. Just looking at it so I can kind of summarize it. So I'm looking at for people to have, to really figure out, okay, let's look at this girl down at the bottom. She's a female, she's single, she's 34. She's located in New York, so downtown New York. Her interests is book, TV, music, stories, hobbies, all of that. But okay, so what I'm looking for is, okay, maybe if I'm going to be opening up something, maybe I need to open up kind of a movie theater that focuses in on food, what's a movie theater? Alamo Drafthouse. Sorry, it took me a second. But like Alamo Drafthouse, where they serve food and alcohol and all of that, or, or if, just any of those things that might capture her business, right? Maybe there might be um, or some sort of music venue that we could have, like, what is it, Nutty Brown, or the, some music venue type of place. But those are that's kind of how you kind of break it down and figure out what would be best for that customer base. Um, what are your target customers, lifestyles? Okay, what is their lifestyle? Are they retired? And there's a place called Sun City close to like Georgetown area, and that's a huge retirement community where they have a bunch of retirement places just for 50 and up in higher age range. So if I'm going to be getting that target market, I might need to focus in on watching my sodium, being a little more health conscious restaurant, all of those things. So just trying to figure out who it is that's going to be going in. How do they like to spend their spare time? What are their hobbies? What are their shopping habits? You know, Also, if what is their age, so where we can figure out, what time of the day are they going to come to eat, because a lot of older people, they eat earlier in the daytime because they're retired and it just fits their schedule. Where do they go on vacation, what products they buy. All of those things are important to figure out who's going to be coming to your restaurant. Uh, so purchasing, like what are they purchasing? Benefits, usage rating, um, just anything, any of that sort of stuff. Behavioral. Um, you know, uh, are they into chocolate? Are they into candy? Are they into fireworks? Are they, do they celebrate Christmas? Do they not celebrate Christmas? Do they celebrate Hanukkah? Do they celebrate whatever? It's all sorts of different things, trying to figure out who it is. Do they go in and buy Hallmark cards? Are cards, or do they send evites, or do they, you just need to figure out all the different things. Also, are they name brand people? Are they not name brand people? Just all of these things, right? Like at our house, we don't buy Hunt's ketchup. We don't buy that. My daughter loves the Whataburger ketchup. At HEB, I think they sell Whataburger ketchup. That sort of stuff. Are they, just again, what are they buying? And this is about restaurants, but it's also about other things, right? If I'm if I'm creating a grocery store, am I going to stock more name brand stuff, or am I going to stock more like store brand stuff, right? So you've got to decide. These are all things for businesses to decide, to figure it out. Who buys what and why do they buy it? That's the issue. So you can then, once you figure out why they buy it, right, then you can figure out a lot more information about them. Again, defining your target market age, gender, income, buying habits, occupation, uh, marital status, family status, geographic location, ethnic groups. Um, you know, I, you know, I'm sorry, like for ethnic groups, like for example, on that one is, let's say if it's a Jewish community, right? I'm not going to make something that has pork in it, right? Because most of the Jewish community is not going to uh, be eating pork. Or if I don't have the cow, you know, blessed, like challah, you need to bless it and all of that, and get a rabbi to bless the the cow before it's slaughtered and all of that, if you're in a Jewish community. So those are the things that you need to know. That's so much more expensive to deal with that, but it is uh, part of, if you're going for that group, you need to know. Hobbies, interest, all of that sort of stuff. Who is your ideal target person? Again, I don't know. And no one will know until you decide on your restaurant. Um, for me, it's, you've got to figure out just who your target market is for your restaurant. You can, so that you're just trying to find who your ideal person is. Y'all want to be back at 7:20? Are everybody good? Take a break?
Yes, chef.
All right, cool. All right, I'll see you at 7:20. Are these slides on the app? Someone said, are the slides on the app? The slides are on an email I sent to everybody, but if you need me to send it, could you text message me or email me, and I'll send you these PowerPoints, or the link to the PowerPoints if you don't have it. Cool? Cool.
That'll work.
I'm gonna go let my dog out real quick. We'll get started in about a minute or two. All right, we'll get back started again. Once you have all the information together, there's about 5 questions you need to ask. Who are they? Uh, and that is, who are your clientele, right? What do they order? When do they visit? How long do they stay? And why do they come back? That's a very important question. The very last one is why do they come back? And that is important just because of um, you need to know why they come back, because you want them to come back every single time. And if you know why they're going to be coming back, you can try to tailor it so they will come back every single time. And if it's about consistency, is it about the service, is it whatever it is, just knowing that helps out a tremendous amount. Um, let's see. Information is power, guys. I mean, first of all, if you know what your customers are looking for, you know what they're everybody's looking for, you at least know that if you do these certain things, you can get it all. You can get people to come in your house, or come in your house. Sorry, come in your restaurant all the time. And that is very, very important. Um, Things you should know about restaurant menus: creating a restaurant menu that will make your customers hungry for more. You want them to kind of come back and want it more. And that is by pictures, by descriptive words, all sorts of things, but just trying to get them to come back for more. Um, Unique dishes, like family favorite kind of a things. Um, let's see, just something that makes it so where everybody can eat at your restaurant, even though it's a Mexican food place. Have burgers and French fries on the menu as well, so everybody has a chance of you know getting served what they want. Okay, here is a menu right here. Uh, I don't mind it. I think the writing is a little small for me at the very bottom, but that could have been just because of the font or whatever else. I would maybe make it just a skosh bigger, just because it's a little small for me. Um, but I like it. I mean, what do we got? Fish and chips, or no, chip and cheese, potato wedges, cheese chips. I mean, yeah, that's, hold on a second. There we go. You know, this is a good menu. I don't mind it. It's got a got the phone number, got the hours on it, got the address on it. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the pricing, all of that. I think it looks good. The only thing I would say is maybe where it's $22, everything is like 22, 22, 22, 22. I would change that to like different prices. I wouldn't do it all at the same. Um, check out the competition for sure. You always want to check out the competition. You always want to make sure that uh, you know your competition it is um, you're still in the same price range as your competition, all of that, because you don't want everybody you like your burgers to be a little more expensive, but the same quality, the same everything. You want, you know, if they are the same, you know, or if it's more expensive and they're all the same, try to figure out how to make it different, and maybe get better meat or whatever else. But you can decide. But just look at your competition, see what they're doing, so you can kind of see what is working for them and what is working for you. uh, I would go to every restaurant, every place, or whatever business that is almost equal to mine. I would always go check it out and, you know, send in people and see what their, you know, what makes their restaurant tick, as well as so you have a better idea of how to make your restaurant even better, type of deal. Um, your menu should not be like huge. If you've ever been to like a Cheesecake Factory, their menu is like a book, a novel. It's a pretty good thickness. You know that it's not none of that's 100% fresh at all times. So, you know, most of that stuff is frozen, kept there, and all of that. So, making sure you manage the size because you have too big of a much, so it's going to not um, cycle through. You know, it's going to sit in the freezer for a long time. You might have to throw it away, all sorts of things. So just trying to figure out, you know, manage the size of your product, because anything you do throw away that goes bad, that no one eats or whatever else, it's money I'm throwing in the garbage, right? You know, your bell peppers, no one ordered, you know, and I had a bunch of bell peppers, you know, go bad, and I've got to throw them away. So that is one of those things where, you know, you're throwing good product away. Maybe just take away the fajitas, or take away this, or just kind of figure out a way so where you're not throwing
Nigga,
product. Because the more
nigga.
product you throw away, the
Barely
more
grabbed
money
it.
you
Like,
are
don't be
That's
losing.
like,
that's my bad.
And
That's my
yeah,
bad.
that is your bad.
I'm sorry.
all right. So manage the size of your menu. Um, should be your menu should be easy to read. Yes, easy font size or easy font, and nothing that's like script written in like cursive or whatever else. That's very difficult to read. Um, make sure that you know the text size is big enough for people to see. It's dark enough for people to see. You know, any of those things. Just try to make sure that you know the light is bright enough so you can read the menu. You know, I mean, I'm getting my eyes are getting older, and sometimes I need a little more light on my menu to read it. So you know, sometimes you know they dining rooms are a little darker. So making sure you have, um, you know, whatever your menu is, you need to go sit at a dining room table with your menu with the lights turned down like you have it in a regular restaurant, or that you're going to have, and try out your menu and make sure that that the customers are going to be able to read it in the a dark dining room or whatever else. Set up a scenario so you can decide what is best for your menu and how big and how bold the letters and everything should be. This menu right here, what do y'all think about this menu? Just the appearance, just looking at it. You can unmute yourself and tell me.
Looks like it's a lot of items.
It is a lot of items.
That is
There's a
difficult
lot of
to look
items. I
at.
think there's a lot of, hold on a second. I think I need to turn you up. Hold on, let me turn my volume up. All right, so yeah, there's a lot of items. What do you think about the writing on it?
That's hard to
Kind of
look at.
small.
It's very small. It's hard to read, and the way that, I'm sorry, I'm having to get close to my screen real quick. But the way to, the script or the way it's written, uh, the descriptions, they're very small in very tiny, um, you know, font size. So, making sure that I think this one right here for me is very difficult to read. Um, Not enough spacing, all of that sort of stuff. And that's just a very difficult one to look at. So making sure that you look at your menus before you actually print them all out, because it's a lot of ink and that's a lot of paper you're using up. All right, so let's see. All right, making sure you have pictures, you have some sort of written designs. I mean, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a kind of a hand-drawn kind of a turkey on this, and it looks like maybe a hand-drawn piece of cheese, maybe right here underneath, or I can't tell, but the turkey for sure. If you don't want to use regular like photographs for your menu, you can always go and have something kind of a little drawing, so you can say, okay, this is all where the beef is, or this is where all the grilled items are, and you have a little grill picture of a grill or what have you, or these are all the pizzas, and you have a little picture of a pizza or a drawing of a pizza. Those are all things that help out. Now, what do you think about this? You see this in Chinese food places a lot of times, the way that they kind of have it set up here. Um, you know, it, the only thing is on these, what is a shrimp with broccoli? What does that mean? And no one really knows what the shrimp and broccoli. What is it? What's inside, or what's the sauce for it, or whatever else? Maybe a little more descriptive, especially when you're having shrimp and chow mein noodles, or the chicken chow mein down at the bottom where it says takeouts, all of those things. Hold on one second. Hey, Lee, there's a Maple is trying to find something right down there. Sorry, my dog's freaking out right now. She's missed something or lost something. All right. But anyway, so just making sure that you know the description or have descriptions or whatever else. is very important. Um, let's see. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Stop. Did it stop sharing? It did? Okay, hold
Yeah.
on. Okay, it just looked like it changed all of a sudden. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's see. A restaurant menu should be, well, hold on. Okay, look at that. What do you think about this picture of this lobster roll? What do y'all think? Is it attractive? Does that attract you? Or does it
Dry.
is dry? Okay, so, oh, hold on. Someone put something in the message. Two people there. I I think it's very attractive. Maybe a little dry. Could maybe have a little bit of sauce or a little bit of butter, kind of wiped on it or whatever else. But it's an attractive looking. Fairly attractive looking. So, I wouldn't mind having that on your menu for sure. But just making sure your menu is attractive looking, that it should be visible. It should be things should be like uh, very, make the meat look good. Overall, I think it looks great. I wouldn't mind having that photo on my menu, but make sure that whatever it is, if that's what if you have that photo on your menu, make sure that every time it comes out of the kitchen, it needs to look like that. Does that make sense? So where, because people are buying, will probably buy this because of the picture. So you need to make sure that that picture looks the same every single time or that picture that they see on the menu is the same as it comes out on the um, out of the kitchen, right? Because people are expecting that look or expecting the way it looks like it was on the menu. So make sure you carbon copy it, whatever it is. Make sure that it's the correct food cost, and that is costing it out. Like that's kind of what we're working on for your project. Um, Items should be easy to prepare. Um, yes and no, I would say, I mean, it really kind of depends. And when you say easy to prepare, that really depends on who your staffing is, right? If you're staffing your restaurant with very capable individuals, right? People that know how to do the job correctly or whatever else, I can make it more of a difficult menu, but just knowing that I've got capable employees of doing it, that's all I really need. Uh, okay, know when to update your menu. Okay, for example, I think some restaurants are raising their prices, especially right now during COVID, a little bit because of all the extra, you know, things that they've got to do, the extra cleaning, the extra, you know, extra few little things that they might need. It might cost a little bit more. Like, for example, for us in our house, because we've been out of their house for like 2 months or whatever else. And one of the biggest issues was State Farm, my people that own my homeowners insurance, they were complaining because all of the like the electrician, the people that are doing the roof, all of that sort of stuff, they added certain things to the bill. Like you've got for my bill for like my electrician, he added like I think $300 extra to the bill for COVID or for COVID items like masks or like certain kind of a hazmat kind of suit type of deal for their customers. So why I'm talking about this is if you have to raise your price, you need to change your menu, because if you have to raise your price, if it costs more money for you to get the item, so it's going to cost the customer more money to buy that item. So you need to, instead of putting like whiteout on the menu, or instead of putting a piece of duct tape or electrical tape on top of it to cover the price, go print out a new one, because when you cover it up or put liquid paper down or white out or any of that sort of stuff, it looks janky, it looks cheesy, it looks, it looks like you're trying to save a buck, and it's like, why the hell are you doing that? Because a lot of people will take off the tape or scratch off the whiteout to see what the actual real price was before they changed it. So I would always go ahead and just print out a new menu for sure. Um, Special menu offers like, Valentine's, Easter, Christmas, whatever else. They have special menus, maybe a prefix menu. And we talked about that a couple of days ago. Prefix menu 95. You can get a choice of uh, the super salad and whatever else, but it's a choice. But it's called prefix menu, or another name for it is called prefix. Also, always spelling, grammar, you name it, guys. Need to make sure everything is spelled correctly, plain and simple. No one wants to be somewhere that it's not spelled right, or the punctuations are wrong or whatever else. It just makes you look like you're not, you multiple, not just one person, but 5, 6 people to read the menu, to look at it, whatever it is, just make sure you have people to look at it, because it could be wrong. You could be misspelling it. You could miss a grammar, comma or a period or whatever else. Make sure to stay within the law when you're dealing with the truth in the menu or truth in advertising. If I said it's wild caught salmon, and then you're selling me farm raised salmon, and that's not truth in advertising. Someone could, if they notice that or can tell, they could, sue me for not being truthful on my advertising. Um, or if I say it's Coca-Cola, but I'm giving, what is HEB's brand, whatever HEB brand cola that is, instead of me saying, oh, it's Coca-Cola, or and say it's a Coke product, but it's really a HEB brand product. That's not truth in advertising. And I could get sued for that. So just really be careful. Uh, let's see. I would always, as many times as or when I go out, I always pick up a menu. I always get a to-go menu. I always kind of have menus around, just so I could get ideas on how other people have designed menus, and what was successful for them and what was not successful. But just writing menus or creating menus are very important. Um, let's see, here's some 8 essential restaurant menu design tips. Here we go. Oh, great restaurant. So here it is. So be aware of eye scanning patterns. So a lot of times people will look, kind of, these are, oops, sorry. Um, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's how people kind of scan with their eyes on a menu. So if you kind of set it up so where you can kind of, if you know that, then you can position certain items at certain places. So where you're going to optimize your visibility for certain dishes or certain items that you want to show off or whatever else. And with knowing that eye pattern and that scanning pattern that most people do without even knowing it, this could help you optimize certain items that are not selling good. You could put the ones that are not selling good maybe in these certain locations, so it might help sell it a little bit more, sell the item. Divide the menu into sections, basically, sweet or boozy or or have like uh, grilled food, pizzas, pastas, and have little bullet points, and then anything that's pasta related is written down under pastas or the bread or whatever else. Make it just easy for someone to go look at the menu, quickly decide, okay, where is everything in what section of the menu do I need to look at? Um, Use photos for sure is good, but just make sure that they are attractive and that each photo, whatever it looks like, needs to come out of the kitchen looking like the photo. Um, because people are going to have the menu that have that photo on it, and then they've got the food in front of their plate, and they're saying, well, that doesn't look the same or whatever else. So just make sure you have it all looking the same. The basically du jour, something du jour, plate of du jour, the special of the day is this. You can have that menu. Um, Making, here are some good pictures, some pictures that are here, using certain items that have a good photo. Sometimes, I don't know what these are down here, but these photos aren't as attractive as these up here on the top menu, right? Just making sure that they have that sexy look to it. Okay. We want that look to look nice, like this bowl, this salad, this little, I don't know, egg rolls or a type of a roll. I don't know. It just looks better than the salad right here. Just make sure it has a great appearance. Here's some other types of photos. Make sure it's high resolution. Make sure it's not busy. Make sure everybody can see all the stuff on the plate. Now, what do you think about this menu right here? For me, it's a little too busy. It's got too much stuff on there. Um, it's hard. I mean, my focus when I look at the menu is straight in the dead center. So seeing that girl's face, that's my focus. And then everything else is kind of around it, but it's very difficult to to read it with all the colors and the color pattern. For me, it's a little harder to read. But
Their
what do y'all
menu,
think?
their menu is kind of all over their place. They're selling sliders, sushi, and tacos.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, there's no central theme. It's just
yeah, it's a very sporadic
Yeah,
menu.
at all.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that is a good example of a menu that maybe is not the best menu to have, right? So, looking at that menu and saying, what is this restaurant? What is, because you can't really tell because it's got tacos, it's got, it's just got a bunch of random sushi, I don't know. I can't tell what this restaurant is in all of that. So when it's too complicated, a lot of people don't want to go. Um, let's see. Here are some, starters, soups and salads. I kind of like this kind of a style of menu because it's all kind of spread out and it's even, it's easy to read. Everybody can kind of see it. You have certain little things to attract people's eye, like this red box right around here, or this white little box right here. Your eyes get drawn to it. So maybe this white box is something that an item that doesn't sell that often, that you want to try to start to sell a little bit more. Hold on a second. All right. But just any of those things, and putting asterisk or a little kind of a key to decide on what is, if you have two peppers, what is two peppers? That means it's spicy or whatever else. Just making sure it's
Yes.
all laid out special or laid out for everybody. Um, use descriptive language for sure. Um, making sure it's freshly out of the oven or freshly baked or farm fresh eggs or, certain things like that are cooked to perfection. Any of those kinds of things also really helps with you doing it. Labeling things, just trying to get someone to get you think about what it takes for you to order something, what kind of decision making you have to decide for yourself on what kind of food you want, what kind of atmosphere do you want, how fat is the food going to be, fast or slow, all these things, just determining what you need to do, um, you know to get people to come order your product. But uh, let's see. Now this one, mm, I don't mind the second page. The first page, I've got to really kind of get close to my computer screen to really look at it very well. I think it's kind of the cocktail menu. Actually, other than the size of the writing, I'm okay with it. Um, come on. Using boxes for sure, using little asterisk boxes, things that will draw your eye to the item. That's always important. Uh, let's see. Selecting the text, amount of text that you need to fit the page. Making sure that everything doesn't look odd, and everything kind of fits the page. Now this one, and the descriptives is, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of leaning into so you can kind of see my screen is down here. So, but I'm leaning in and it looks like the description words are not very good. It's not it's not really big enough, and there's not as many descriptive words on the actual sheet itself. So, I'm not big into this one. Um, it's a little much, maybe too much on a page, maybe, because of they're not able to describe as much stuff. So just trying to uh, give a little more room. Colors, yeah, colors are big. Making sure that you have warm colors, and there's all different types. And like for example, this. What do y'all think about this? The color of this menu, or do you like this menu? It's from Marty's Mexican food restaurant. You know what? It's a little busy. It's a little
That's
hard
a
to
lot.
read. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things on the plate or on the menu. It's a little too busy for me. There's too much going on, and sometimes with it being too much going on, you tend to get have some problems with people reading it. Um, let's see. Color using, blue, red, those kind of trigger people's, or that white box, like turn everything into white and black if there's color on the menu. So it just kind of makes it stand out more. Anything that stands out more, that's what you want. Here's another one right here. This one's all right. Again, kind of a bunch of stuff on there, and big, small, but the big one, people might look at. This is kind of made more like a newspaper or kind of a situation. But types of menus in hotels and restaurants, really, excuse me, I get the hiccups. Um, really kind of determine whatever your restaurant and your facility is, how much labor you have, what kind of food you have, and your facility. It really depends on what your menu is going to be, because if your staffing is not doesn't have a big culinary, um, if your staffing doesn't have, if they're just a low skilled worker, like at McDonald's or whatever else. And not trying to knock McDonald's, but it is a lower skilled than, let's say, at, I don't know, Ruth Chris Steakhouse. It's just a different skilled worker you're looking for. But if you're having that kind of a Ruth Chris Steakhouse restaurant, your staff needs to, or you need to hire the proper staff. You need to order the proper food. So, really kind of depends on the menus, depends on your staff and where you're at and what you're located. But here are some, remember to create your logo. That is kind of what this whole day is talking about, is just logos, making sure your menu, because people will put their logo on the menu or whatever else, but just make sure you work on your logo. And that is it for today. Any questions, problems, concerns? Oh, wait, someone just wrote something.
Chef, can you please bring back the other slide?
Uh,
Like the one for the logo?
okay. Yes, hold on a second. Do you want me to, here, let me see if I can copy it and paste it and put it into the chat. Give me 1 second.
promotions.
Yeah, hold on one second. Oh, wait, did it do it? Oh, yeah, it did. All right. So there is those from the, hopefully that works for y'all. If y'all want to copy that and look at it yourself, and I can, before you get off, just kind of copy that that little bit on the chat line so you can kind of look at it yourself when you when we get off. All right, so there was a question about the project. Hold on one second. Let me go back. Okay, so it says when do the home or when do we need to create the menu and place the appetizers, the entrees, and desserts? So the question was presented to me. When is the menu project now throughout this class? So you need to create a logo, right? You need to create, or you need to come up with 9 items. Now, I don't care what 9 items they are. They could be all appetizers, they could be all entrees, they could be all, you know, I really don't care. I just want a good mix of items on a menu that you cost out. So it doesn't have to be 3 desserts. It can be, you know, if someone wants to do all desserts, then it could be a pastry facility, you know, instead of, you know, just having just a restaurant. If you want to do a bakery or whatever else, that's totally fine. But it is all due on the last week of, or the 6th week, that Monday of the 6th week. Okay, so all of that is due on the Monday of the 6th week. And then that gives me kind of the whole week to kind of look at it and to get an idea. And then y'all are going to take 5 minutes or less to just present your restaurant that you created to the class. So everybody's gonna take 5 minutes and just talk about their restaurant. This is my restaurant and this is where it's gonna be located. These are some of the items on the menu. These are some of the prices on the menu, all of that. That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully that answers your question. When will that be? What do you mean? When will that be? Oh, when will the actual day? I think this is the week 3, right? I think we've gone through, this is week 3. So next week will be week 4, week 5. I think on the August the 10th, maybe. I'll have to look and make sure that is your last day or the last week of the block. But I think that I think the August 10th through 10th through the 15th, or 10th through the 14th is our last. I think our last day is maybe on. You know what? I don't know. So the day that it's going to be due is August the 10th. Is that good? Everybody good with that? All right,
Okay.
cool. Cool.
Okay.
Have a great day, guys.
Have a great day, Chef.
All right, thank you.
Later, Chef.
Thanks, guys.
Good one.
Bye.